Okay, hey guys, Anime West Reacts. Here's gonna be a reaction slash review video, whatever you want to call this, to Trinity 7, chapter 115. So yeah, pretty nice chapter. So we start off with Lise. It says the Trinity 7 of Acidia Lisa Lot Sherlock. Real name Lise Charlotte Lapis, or Lise Charlotte Lapis. And it says her research consisted of calculating all of the world's events. She then attained the last crest and became part of the Trinity 7. She learned of the existence of the Demon Lord faction and began walking down the path of an evil Magus, not Eagle Magus, teaming up with the Demon Lord candidate. What she got out of that battle was a chance to measure Demon Lords and their magic. When she had traveled through space-time, the wheels of fate started turning greatly. Though Lisa Sherlock is physically a human, she had woken up to her true powers. She was a magus who subjugated a demon lord. It says people who have defeated a demon lord, they are already beyond common sense, and their existence are rewritten from the roots. Although this meant that her body and soul will be torn to shreds in infinite worlds, she simultaneously existed in multiple worlds and managed to live on. And then she reached the truth of all things. And so yeah, we see like all these chains that are like wrapped around her arm pretty much. Like all the way up her arm, and then they like go down to the floor and they spread out all over the place. So someone walks forward. It says 87 hours, 56 minutes, and 53 seconds until we need to make a decision in regards to the Great Demon Lord's disappearance. And she says, so it's like, for me, isn't that a little slow? So you have to, basically we're seeing a bunch of Lise's from basically parallel worlds, and one says, since we're of Acidia, this place works just fine. This is about the same time it takes for all of us, right? So yeah, you got one that's like in a school uniform, or different types of school uniforms. One's in like a business attire. And this one says, at the result of the calculations, everyone is one and the same. And then another one, kind of like a gal or something, says, can we get this over with already? It's time for home ec for me right now. So yeah, just says translator note, home ec is home economics. So then we get a big view. So we got our Lise in the middle, and then like a circle of Lise's from other worlds surrounding them, or surrounding her. All of them have the chain, and so Lise says, everyone, we're all caught up to speed on our current situation, right? It says, there's no data on Ariane. There's no choice but to ask Archkun about her, since he's collected all of Hydra's memories. However, before that, the three pillars appear to have reawoken. It says, translator note says, the Raws technically state three pillars of the gods that will be keeping it as three pillars. Okay. So then there's Demon Lord. One says that the giants of Norno, and she seems to like react to it. It says, according to Logos Art and Founder Sama, most of the destroyed dimensions are their fault. So this is the little, like the child Lise, I guess is one way of putting it. Says, just by turning their attention to this dimension for just a little will cause all of humanity to become influenced by its power, and even fairly powerful Maguses will become ghosts. And then one says, in other words, we need to defeat those guys first. Business, Lise says, we've already calculated that, so let's move on to let's move the topic on. Let's say I should like focuses and then spins this thing, and then you see everyone gets this like list. So we get an explanation of these giants of Nornil. Says the one who is the leader of the Nornil giants, and his title, I guess, or its title is the one who knits absolute nothingness, the desire of death, Ulzwiad, something like that. Its attacks use mental-based, or it attacks using mental-based attacks. It can knock you out and put you into a brainwashed state by simply existing. Then there's the one who leads the largest army, the one who builds upon absolute nothingness, the desire of destruction, Velzand. It's a complete power type. It creates minions that also have strong attacks, attack and defense powers, or attacks and defensive powers. It's a complete and utter monster. And the third one, last but not least, the most powerful, the one who takes absolute nothingness, the desire of despair, Skald. So we got Ulzwiad, Skald, and Velzand. So yeah, Lise says that one manipulates space-time, so it's probably best if we deal with him. In other words, or another one says, in other words, other than me, the Arbiter, Ares, and person who might end up becoming an Arbiter, Selena, are vital. So yeah, none of them look too happy about that Selena part. And so yeah, Lisa says, anyway, amongst the enemies, the ones who possess an army are Ulzwiad and Velzand. Those two already have arbiters paired against them. And the Demon Lord Lise says, so you want to depend on the former Demon Lord. What's their attack power? And then another one, the gal one, I think, it's like scratching her head or something, or like has her hand to her head. It's like base level Magus class won't amount to much, or a base level class or Magus class won't amount to much attack power after all. First, we need a great Demon Lord class, in other words, a triple S class level. It would be amazing if Articuno or Disson could lend their support. There's also the Demon Lord class, which is about a double S class level. Last Trinity and Abyss Trinity are two solid choices, but so yeah. Great Demon Lord class, and there's Demon Lord. So yeah. And it says, but of course, if anyone from that group reaches the Demon Lord class, they'll no doubt add good manpower. And so yeah, then it says, Demon Lord Lise says, so S class would be the Arbiters. There are quite a few powerful paladins, so also quite a few paladins, of course. A lot of paladins, so you see all the Malbranche guys. Then the Trinity 7 class is around A, or yeah, Trinity 7 are around A class, and then we need someone who reached the Trinity level or something equivalent, or else we'll be in danger. And it says the high level Maguses, the kids who could reconnect to the archives, are around B class. The ones who became Maguses through magic fusion or sentient grimoires fall around here. And another one says, pretty sure the people living in the Divine Realm fall at around B class too. I wonder if we can expect some manpower from them. And it says C class, the Maguses who can only achieve Magus mode can only fall at around a pawn level strength. And then it says, so what should we do with the kids who can't achieve Magus mode? And then Child Lise says, need to have them sit quietly inside the barrier, else they'll get brainwashed and become our enemies. And even A-class people can't let their guards down. So Lise says, based on all of that information, everyone, please send over the results of your calculations now. So everyone like swipes on these iPad grimoires they have, and you see like a bunch of, or you see like a chart and graph pop up. And Lisa is saying, inside the infinite world where different me's with different lives exist, one thing that was almost unanimously agreed upon was the 99.99% measured result. And Lisa said, let's go secure administrator authority from the archives. And everyone just looks at her. So yeah, I guess that was the decision they all unanimously came to. So then we get like kind of montagey thing of seeing what everyone's up to. So we got Lilith reading the grimoire, I guess deciphering it. Levi and Ryukime's group is in like a hot springs. Yu's asleep. Arta is doing something with Saris. Guess he's like bending off the fire. Mira is training or meditating. Selena's studying, and Akio is like combat training. Then the other heavenly guys are like together, and Libra's just relaxing pretty much, playing like a Switch, eating, playing video games with potato chips and soda and stuff. Then we got Anna and Akasha and two people behind them. And what seems to be Judeka at some kind of crystal, and she says they're coming. So then we go to Arin, Ilya, and Sora. This magic circle, and it says the anti-god barrier Twilight Library is remaining stable. All of the defense mechanisms are working as well. Arin-san's body as well as her magic are all good. The Ragnarok code acting as the fake bait has no problems. And then Arin says, been on standby so we can lure in those girls, but they're already coming. And so yeah, soon she says that, immediately like everything shatters, and it says the one who knits absolute nothingness, the desire of death, Ulzwead is the first to appear here. And so yeah, Arin immediately like gets hit in the head by something, and Sora's like, whoa. And Ilya says, we'll support you. So yeah, like nearly knocks her off her feet. Arin says, we've only just been spotted, but there's already this much pressure, because you can like see her legs shaking. And like it's like a crack in the dimension. And you see like land animals getting turned, land, sea, and air pretty much getting like turned into these monsters. Or animals getting turned into these like monsters. Sora says, as expected, ate away at the world priestess. Ilya says, even though we're doing this to prevent them from influencing the other worlds, this is scary. Too scary. And then Arin's like, I agree, but husband, lend me strength. Lend me your strength. My real duty starts here. And she uses a magic, it says Graham design macro execute over this entire island. Selena and Ares seem to notice it. And it says, third phase of change, the Nornell giants have revived. Selena's like, but I wasn't able to do anything yet though. And Ares tells her the basics have already been studied, assuming that the person herself refers to Selena. Says there's no problem no problem on the knowledge side of things. Now the person herself needs to understand if it were you, 100% mastery is possible. So yeah, that's what I meant by assuming Selena she's referring to. Then one of those hooded people comes over and says, head of the Arbiter is calling for you. You come to Selena-chan. And she's like, alright, I understand. So they get like teleported using the chrono calculation, I guess. And they're in front of this like huge building. Selena's like hiding behind Ares, saying, there really is going to be a war soon. Because yeah, everyone's like preparing pretty much. You see all these hooded guys flying around on stuff. Aries says, let's take a shortcut. Selena's like, what, huh? And then she just like opens a hole in the ground pretty much, and they just fall through that. And Selena just falls face first onto this thing. So one of the higher ups is like, though we may be in an emergency, I apologize for this forceful way of summoning you. So yeah, Selena just like readies herself, and then they're told the Norno giants reviving are a sign of Aryan awakening, or Aryan's reawakening. Then Kasha's mom says, give us an explanation as a survivor of the last Great War. Lieber's just yawning. And so yeah, she says, mother girl, forgot her name, says, I understand. I'll begin the projection, and then Selena's thinking, that person, even though she looks so young, to think that she was around during the last Great Magic War. So yeah, she brings up a projection of Ulzwiad, says currently, or Velzan. That says currently we've confirmed that the Norno giant, the one builds upon absolute nothing. It's the desire of destruction. Velzand is in our current dimension, according to the World Priestess. They've completed guiding it to the anti-god barrier, Twilight Library. And then then she continues, says, while we recognize this at the same time, around over 9% of the world's plants and animals within the Twilight Library have been converted to its kin. Kasha's mom says, changing the living things of nature into its own kin and making them its troops. It's exactly like tradition states. Nah, got their names. It's far something. It says, be honest, how strong are they? And then the witch-like girl says, honestly speaking, with our current forces, we can't defeat even one of the pillars. And then she's like, Far's like, that can't be. We need to at least try something, or try fighting. And then Shadow Monarch lady, forgot their names. So yeah, I just remember kind of their titles. Says there's no choice. The most powerful magus from back during the Great War are no longer around. And she's like, well, that's about right, yes. And then she looks over to Kasha's mom. She nods and it's like, yeah, that's the case. Shadow says, regards to the lack of people in the divine realm, there's been an offer to cooperate. What if we join hands with them? Akasha's mom is like, I've got a bad feeling about this, but okay, we'll hear him out. And so they nod. She connects to the divine realm, and the one that appears is like, it's been a while. Arbiters of the heavens, since there are unfamiliar faces, I shall reintroduce myself. So the shocked ones are Mira, Akio, and Selena. Bard just kind of looks like, what? Lever, Murakumo, and Akasha are all given different reaction. Lever's just like, as expected, kind of look. Murakumo is like excited, and Akasha's mom is kind of like annoyed looking. And then, hello, I'm just Trinity, the former great demon lord. It says, a visit from an old enemy, is he a friend or foe? So yeah, pretty good chapter. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you do, make sure to leave a like, comment on the video, subscribe for more anime reaction reviews and manga reviews, and yeah, see y'all next time. So yeah, later.